Hey, Kendra.
Hey, baby. So you said you've been here
No, I
before.
can't see you. What the heck? My phone be tripping. All right, long as y'all can hear me. Can you see me?
I can hear you and see you.
Oh, I can't see myself. Okay. Hi, y'all.
Hey, girl. So you told me in the comment section you got an update?
Yes, I don't know if you remember me from the last update from the guy that I was dating. He came to give an update. The guy Lucky Love that was singing. I live in California. He came from Illinois.
Oh, yeah. Here before?
Yeah.
You seem familiar. You have an update?
Yeah, I do.
What's your update, love?
Hey, baby.
Kendra.
Hi, who's this?
Hi, Kendra.
So this is my girl Onisha.
Hi, Onisha. Okay, tell me who Onisha is and how did you guys meet?
Okay, so I was on your app, or on the show, I should say, about a year ago.
August.
Yes.
August.
Yeah, it was a little, like August or something like that. Long story short, you put me as a highlight, and I got reached out by too many women to even think of, to be honest. Went through a whole bunch of vetting, by just messaging and just seeing who was, kind of normal and just responding normally and. Just having that. And then I did a test where I just kind of I asked respectfully for some time for myself to see if they would be able to handle, I'm a musician and I go and I travel all the time. So I just wanted to, if I'm off, doing a show or a tour or something like that, I don't want you to be like freaking out the whole time because you're so codependent. And I'm not going to lie, out of like 30 that were left in the vetting process, like she was the one that stuck out like a sore thumb. I mean, she was absolutely sweet from the start. Ended up meeting each other. I drove from Illinois all the way to Los Angeles. And
oh my God, wait, you drove from Illinois to Los Angeles?
Yeah, I was like, the lady was driving 7 hours yesterday. I was like, that's nothing.
So you drove from Illinois to LA to meet her?
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
okay,
obviously it took a couple of months of talking for her to convince me.
Okay, yeah, we're talking for a couple months. I'm assuming y'all were FaceTiming during those.
Yeah, absolutely. We gotta make sure.
From August until from August to like October. Then it was a small break. That's when he did his little test. And then he sent me a voice message one day, just checking up on you. Hey, hope all is well. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, all that good stuff. And we picked it back up from there. And then one day he say, I'm packing, I'm on my way. And he been here.
Wait a minute. So you live in LA now?
I've been lived here. I'm originally from Baltimore. I've been living here 7 years now.
No, I'm saying Lucky. You live in LA?
I live in her house.
Yeah.
You live in her house? Wait a minute. Are you serious?
Yeah.
So you moved in with her.
Trying to contact you over the weekend. I went and met his family in Illinois for his birthday. His birthday was the 6th. I went and met the mom, the grandma,
and for all you cousins who are talking smack about my mom's basement, first off, it was my grandma's, so you were wrong. And
it didn't work out.
Where?
What do you think happened?
I mean, this match much.
The ninja was in his grandma's basement. He drove however many hours to come move in with you in California.
Ladies, hear me out. PSA. If a man could just uproot himself, I don't care if it took a month, 2 months, 3, 4. Like men don't do that. Like to go to where you at. All right, well, let's meet somewhere in the middle. Or you can come here. Like if a man can just uproot and do that, then he ain't have much going on in the first place.
Right.
Like he ain't got no roots where he at. He can't. Okay, well, a job is a job. You can be frustrated with your job and you can leave, but your people, your family, your cardinal, you ain't got nothing that grounds you to where you at. Then you struggling. See, he's eager. Ladies, you gotta watch that. You gotta watch that. We talking about. They say this all. Oh, he gotta come to me. He gotta be able to. You don't want a man like that. And then look, we're gonna hear how it didn't work out, and I wonder how it didn't work out. That's what I want.
And then also she's a single mother, I believe. So she's thirsty and desperate that you'll let a man move up in your house that quick.
And then what kind of?
Right. And then he's talking about all these prospects he's had. I don't believe it. And
Carfax. Show me the Carfax.
I mean, I don't believe it.
Nah, 30. He said I narrowed it down to 30.
To 30.
Y'all some desperate biddies, man.
If
that brother had 30 plus prospects,
you telling me that he had 30 plus women to trying to get him out of the basement. He was in his grandmother's basement and he still had 30 prospects.
That's what he told her, probably. That's what he told her to create some kind of intrigue, like she was lucky or something. And speaking of, let's go here while we here. We got to address the elephant in the room, or the missing elephant in the room, per se. Gap?
Yeah, that's the widest gap I've ever seen. That's some of the widest.
I thought that lady bit a brick. Man.
I wouldn't stand too close to her when she talked, because
the particles and wind that's coming out of there.
Yeah.
Lord,
I wouldn't stand too close. But I think this is two desperate, thirsty individuals that collided together. I mean, why would we think it was supposed to work out? But let's see why it didn't work out.
He's
what?
I'm not sounding racist or nothing, but where he's from, he was adopted into a white family. He's just been privileged all his life. I don't want to cry, y'all. I didn't cry enough or whatever, but
cry about what?
It was. I tried. I'm a hardworking woman. I'm a mother. And he just wants somebody to take care of him. And in the beginning, of course, you got some stuff going on. You relocated here for me or whatever. I give you a chance, but you come into my home and you see how hard I work every day, Kendra. I work 16, 18 hours. I don't know if y'all recall from his update. I'm a CNA. I work every day. And it was just he wanted me to take care of him. That's not me. I've done that before. And early on, I had seen some signs of some stuff, red flags, and I was like, hold on, baby, I'm on the show. I said, I don't think this is going to work. It was like March. She got here January. I met him on your show August of last year. We talked from August to December. And I mean, every time he talked to me, I'm at work. I know my kids are at the babysitter. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And initially when he first came here, in his brain of talking to me or whatever, he didn't believe that I worked the way that I did. He was like, oh, I never met somebody that worry you about your business, whatever. All right, bet. Now, when we talked.
And that should have been a red flag as well.
I mean,
she enlisted out a lot of red flags. Can we go back to he was in his grandma's basement? You didn't see that as a red flag. That was the reddest of the red flag.
From grandma's basement. What do you expect? Would you expect too much? Like he was down bad. He wants somebody to take care of him. His grandmother was probably taking care of him.
Right, and he was a struggling musician in his grandma's basement. What did you expect this man to do?
I can't.
And he's talking about, oh, you a hard worker.
He was surprised.
Instead of saying, you know what, you working too hard, huh?
Let me help you.
Let me go get a job so I can support. I live here and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Let me take care of some of the bills.
Absolutely.
Nah, he was not trying to take none of that load off of you. He moved up in there, and then not only did he get a place to stay, he got free coochie. He ain't had to pay no bills.
He was
eating. He was eating up all the baby's fruit snacks. So y'all deal with these Pookie. This is a Pookie
willingly.
He's a light-skinned
Pookie.
Y'all are deal with these dudes, and y'all see the red flags. And then I'm glad you didn't get pregnant. I hope she's not pregnant. That might be a plot twist coming up. I don't know. But these are the dudes that y'all get pregnant by, run with, and all of that. And then you see the red flags, and then now you up here crying. Why was you crying?
This is so funny because I've seen this. Like, okay, the internet is not a real place, but we're gonna apply some real life. I've seen this close, like in my family. Somebody do this exact same thing. You go pluck this dude from his mama's house and then wonder why he's not doing nothing to help you. Right. He wasn't doing nothing to help himself from the beginning. Like we have to, those factors, those things can't be ignored. Like you meet people where they at. And if you met him and his grandmother was taking care of him and he's willing to jump out of there, what you think he want from you? I mean, come on, man. This is self-explanatory. Like,
and I'm not saying that he had to come in and pay all the bills. Now she is a single mother, got kids, but he gonna move up in there and not contribute at all.
Man got to be an asset wherever he go. Like, you can't go nowhere and be no liability. I don't care if he was flipping a burger every so often. Like, you got to come contribute, or don't even go over there.
He probably packed up everything he had, put it in the car, and drove to her. So when he said he was vetting, he was vetting for a new place to stay.
Yup. And then as well, and this one here, this is the gas too. I didn't know you worked that hard. That's lies. He knew exactly how hard you was working, because he knew what you could do for him.
Exactly.
That's the gas. It's the gas.
So when are we gonna stop getting caught up with these type of dudes?
For real. It ain't all about money, but it's motion. Hell, him working in Best Buy in a little 1-bedroom or something is better than a dude that's not doing nothing. Like, he ain't got to be rich, but you got to be on something. You got to be productive in some way as a grown man. Like, come on.
Yes. And then I would ask the question, okay, so what if a good, hard-working brother came along? Would you even give him the time of day, or are you just attracted to Pookie and Ray Ray?
That's true too. You know? So, and again, these men are selected. Like, they hit him up, and from what he's answering the cousins in the recap. So the cousins in the comments were saying he lived in his mama basement, and they was still went over that.
They was telling her, like,
come on, man, y'all be knowing, and you know, it's an advantage to that too, dealing with men who not on their square. You know, there's a reason that women do that as well. It's not just by accident. No, you selecting these downtrodden dudes so you can have the pull to say and make a move on the chessboard how you want them to move. You don't want to deal with somebody who's upright, moving around. You can't dictate to well-off men or men who really have options. That's why you go pluck a F-boy off somebody's couch or basement or something. Like, that's why they do that. It's not by accident. But now this lady come up here crying like she didn't expect the outcome that you got. Like, come on now, please, man.
So whatever, he said he had his music thing and he was in the rehab community and he did this or whatever. Half of it was lies. Found out the rehab thing is a scamming type of thing. I don't do nothing illegal, no scam and no jail record. I'm 38 years old, a mother of 2. You know, he come with a record, scheming and scamming stuff. And I'm like, you know, that just don't work for me. In March, he was like, you know, it's still early. Give me a chance. He crying, you know, it's new, whatever. And I'm like, okay.
Wait. You caught him doing something. I missed that part.
He said that he was going to work, but it legit wasn't a job. He got paid for whatever he went to go do, but it wasn't a job. It's some scamming crap that they got going on here in LA. So I was like, you know, I don't go for stuff like that. You got to go get a legit job. You know, I work every day. I'm working every day. Like, you know, you in here running up my lights and eating my food and playing the game. You know, like, come on, you're a man. You know, we talked about this. You know, granted, yes, when I was looking for somebody, I was single 4.5 years before I decided to, you know, join into this. And I went through all the taking care of people and doing all this craziness. And I did a lot for him. I mean, it got to the point. It was March, and then, you know, he ended up getting a job. I'm gonna say about 6 months or so ago. He was out 2 months because he got a job at a college. They was out for the winter break. Then the fires came, so he was out again. And in between, he doing whatever. I'm just like, sorry, y'all, that's my washing machine. So I'm like, you know, I'm just trying to bear with it. I mean, my family is involved, everything. We just trying to make it work. And he just being so irrational. His whole thing is, you know, I came into her home and yeah, he didn't move some furniture in here. He didn't put up he did some stuff. But like my family said to him, you know, that you didn't have to do those things. You came when you first came and you didn't, you know, want to be here. You chose to stay. And in the beginning, for like 6-7 months, you stay here rent free. My rent ain't cheap. I live in a nice neighborhood in California. I'm not in LA in the jungle in the hood or none of that. So, you know, you chose to do that. Thank you. And I mean, I tell you, I've showed this man so much appreciation. He came here with a busted up car. It broke down within the first week of him being here, Kendra. I Ubered him around or whatever he needed to do. Then we ended up finding a little piece of car. Now, only thing about me, I ain't perfect, but I don't drive. I come from Baltimore City originally. I moved out here on a wing and a prayer some years ago with my oldest daughter that just turned 12. I couldn't raise my daughter there. You know, her dad, he was a great dad. Never take that from him. He has gone to be with the Lord. He was sick, had cancer or whatever. And, you know, like, we need a new life. You know, let's roll out. So I came here with nothing. Just came here with my CNA license, $200, and somebody couch to sleep on. And I got it from the mud. I braid hair. I started braiding hair, saved my money.
She ain't took a breath yet.
This is a dump. She's dumping.
Yeah, this is trauma dumping. Oh my God.
Shout out to that lady for doing her thing and then putting her people in a better situation and all that. But at the same time, that should be more reason that you got to be protective of what you're doing. Like, you come too hard, you come too far to be, you know, in this situation. I know the allure of love and the companionship is what keeps us going. That's human nature. But you can't just be willing to look past things because I guess you found dude attractive or whatever was the case. I don't know. Whatever's the case. But I mean, to where what you just said your journey was, you shouldn't even have accepted a gentleman in the situation that he's in.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a fact. Like, that's just where you at, where you've come from and what you're striving for and what's on your shoulders. That's going to be a conflict of interest. And it's just a matter of time. I'm of the belief that you should never do that as a man in any circumstance. You should never move into no woman's house. Now, if you do, you better take over, dominate, pay everything, fix everything. You got to do everything. Move into a mutual home that's y'all's together, or she can move in with you. But it's just a matter of time, especially if you ain't got no job and you're not producing. Because she hit all the points. She said everything that would happen. She's gonna itemize what you ate, how long you was on the game, when you went outside, when you came back, what time. Like, it's just natural. I can't fault her for doing that. This is the natural reaction. This is the natural progression of a relationship like that. And I be saying this, and I don't know. I be getting pushed back. People, no, you can do. No, you can't. You can't do that. It's just, it might be 3 months. She said 6 months, 9 months, a year, to a certain extent, at whatever time limit it is, the burden is going to be hard for that lady to bear. She did all that. She said, I had my kid. I had one kid. I moved out here, got myself out the mud, doing my thing, doing good for myself. She got another kid, per se, but she's got that burden. She can do that for her and her kids. Bring your big 300-pound ass, singing ass up in here, eating up food, electricity. She said the whole nine. Like, it's the burden. It's heavy, man. It's heavy. It's heavy, man.
He did everything wrong. He wasn't paying no rent. He had a record that he ain't disclosed, I guess. He was scamming, and you got an on and off job and whatnot. You ain't paid 6 to 7 months of rent. You up in here free, all that. But then I have to fault her for moving this dude in.
Absolutely.
Ma'am, you knew him for a few months, and you knew the red flags. That's what he didn't tell you.
Right.
Go off of what you know.
What you know. Right.
She knew that I'm gonna go back to this. She knew that he was in the basement of his grandma's house. What could he do for you?
I'm saying.
Yeah, you working hard. You putting in 18 hours. He ain't putting in no hours.
That's a fact.
Putting in hours where? Like, y'all be having the most out of whack, out of sync, like, standards. It either be too high or too low. Why we just can't have realistic standards? You a mama too. You can't just require. Look, he need to have a job. He need to have a place to live, a car.
Right.
That's nothing realistic. There's nothing wrong with you requiring a man to have a job. Wrong with that.
No. And if you gotta require that the man gotta have, like, he don't require those requirements for himself, that's law. That ain't like a house rule. That's like universal law. Man,
exactly. Like, so why? And he's telling her, a musician. Okay, so when your gigs? Tell me when the gigs. When you playing?
When the tour. Who you playing
right.
with? Who you backing
Who
up?
you play with? Who you play for?
Man, talking crazy. And let me
give me some detail.
Let me throw something else in there while we at it. Don't be beguiled by the aesthetic. See, that brother don't got the F-19 traditional garb on, but he's in disguise. You know what I mean? Like, I watch anime and I'm just playing.
Right.
Yeah, he's lazy and he's not doing nothing for himself. They got to look underneath. Like this, let's just peel back the layer. The aesthetic, you might think, oh, he's just a nice guy in a bad situation. Nah, he's just as predatory as Pookie. We need another name for the geeky Pookie. That's what he came off as. Oh, he was raised by the Caucasian folks and all that. So he's
privileged
racial
and all of that.
So
y'all drop down in the comments and think of a name that we can use for what you said, the geeky Pookie.
Yeah, we'll call him that for lack of a better term. Nerds are cool. I ain't gonna say nerdy. I'm gonna say geeky.
Yeah,
that character. Let's take a look back at that dude's character. There's Pookies in that, but they come in all sides.
Yeah, Pookie coming. Yeah.
But the name, we need a term. We need an identifier.
We need a term. Yeah.
That brother was praying. He was predatory. 30 people and 30 women, and just get the hell out of here.
That was a lie. We can look at him and tell that ain't no 30 women. He probably ain't even met 30 women in his whole life.
Stop.
So,
stop.
So,
anyway, let us continue.
My license transferred over from Maryland to here, and I've been on my grind working ever since. It's just he's privileged, and he just wants somebody to take care of him. He lived in his people's house in the basement where y'all first seen him at when he first went live. I went out there and met his family. They got money or whatever the case may be, and they feed into his antics and they give. And his whole thing was, you make all this money and you won't give me money for gas, or he's jealous about my job. I do patient care work. I'm a CNA. So my patient, we go out to eat here and there, whatever. And his thing is, that make me feel some type of way when I get on Instagram or Facebook and you eating 5-course meals and you doing this and doing that. Well, this is my job. This is part of my job. Why are you so upset? And also at the same time, he has.
Wait a minute. You're eating 5-course meals with your patient. I think that's a little out of line. But he out of line for being jealous.
True.
What you jealous about that for? But we have to address the elephant in the room. Why is you going out to lunch with your patient? I don't think that's appropriate.
She ain't explaining. She was going down the line.
But then it also he's jealous about your job and the money that you're making.
That's terrible. Fuck nigga.
That should have told you something. Like if a man already got his money, he already got his job, he wouldn't be. He's not worried about that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a man that needs to know where your funds is at.
That's a fact.
In this particular circumstance, him asking about your funds and stuff, it's not so he's already got funds himself. Okay, I need to know what you making so we can come to the table together. This is not that circumstance. This is not 50-50 us working together. No, he's worried about your funds because he don't have no funds.
Yeah, absolutely.
And y'all always get it wrong. Y'all always y'all always think that the guy that's trying to go 50-50 got this type of mindset. This is not the same guy.
Not at all.
And I want to make that clear.
You're anti-50-50, but you'll do this.
This is not the same guy. This man is clocking you, pocket watching because he don't have nothing. Oh, you ain't gonna give me no money for gas. Why is he asking you for gas money?
Word.
He ain't taking you nowhere. She said that she was Ubering him around, and she went in and helped him get a car. You think he really was driving her around?
Nah, they'll do that. They'll pick you up in your own car and go play the game. You ain't seen this? Come on, man. These dudes, can't stand them. And they out there, man. They are out there when they speak about these bums and these are the types, man. And
right, but
he pulled on her. He was pulling on his people too. That's why they taking care of damn near 40 years old in the damn basement on the damn Xbox for your grandmother to order you food and all that. Like, what's going on? Like,
and then watch the next guy, the next guy that come along. She's gonna have like a magnifying glass on him. If he started talking about money, let's, what you want to contribute to the bills and stuff like that. She finna look upside his head now because now you've been burned by Pookie.
Yeah.
And when a good man comes along and wants to work with you, you think that he trying to scam you. He's trying to pull a wool over your eyes. Like he's trying to do what this dude is trying to do.
Yeah. But see, the thing that the damage be heavy and the residue be thick from them dudes like that. Like I'm sure it could wear you out because the burden that you have to carry when you do that, when you get involved like that, like she was, like I don't know if she felt the responsibility for the brother, and the brother looked like he can eat and all that. Like it ain't gonna be no,
she should have never let him. Yeah, she should have never let him in her house.
Yeah, man. And it ain't gonna be hard to shake, like you said, they encounter a good brother who willing to build, but we gotta talk money and this and that. You're gonna take that the wrong way.
Exactly.
Or 50-50 becomes you taking care of him. This is not 50-50.
Right. Because
it's not 50-50.
That's not 50-50 because he's not even bringing all he bringing is bills. He's not bringing money to the table.
Word.
And that's why they got that whole 50-50 conversation screwed up. Yeah. I'm not taking care of no man. 50-50 is not you taking care of a man.
Right.
It's you bringing your bills, he bringing his bills. You bring your resources, he bring his resources. Let's divide these bills like down the middle. And expenses. You pay for your half, I pay for my half. That's 50-50.
Man, listen, man.
It's not you taking care of him.
Dudes be out of pocket, man. It's insane. No respect for that. Corny.
Also benefited from my job by taking me to work. Christmas, they looked out for him. They ain't have to. He got gifts, money. Trust me, they welcome him in like family the same way they do me, my children, or whatever. He's just one-sided. He wants stuff to go his way. He wants somebody to take care of him. And I mean, it just got crazy. I mean, he didn't curse out my father, but he didn't curse out my whole family. And everybody was just trying to talk to him, just rational reason. Like, this lady is independent. She's your mom. She do her own thing. You came into her. Sorry, Kendra. You came into her space and, you try to take over. I mean, he rearranged my house for his comfortability for the game and this and that. And it was just crazy. So when it all was said and done, it all came down to my daughter just turned 12 on the 1st. And I threw her this big surprise birthday party, flew people in from out of town and everything. And he was jealous. I mean, he was saying smart stuff and, Lord underbreath stuff to my daughter and stuff to me and this and that. And I guess it was because his daughter's birthday was just not too long ago. And he had planned this trip to go to Illinois. My thing was, you only had that money. And there wasn't nothing against his daughter. I didn't want to go see the little girl or nothing. Beautiful, respectful little girl. No, nothing against her. But my thing was, if that's all you got, why would you spend all of that to take all of us to wherever and come back? And bills still won't be coming in, as the months go on because they don't stop. So,
Ever, a couple of things.
So, see, this is where that jaded comes in, and now she's pocket watching him. Now he can't even go visit his daughter and take y'all with him. I don't know.
No, we need to go. That cable need to be paid. And
I don't know. I don't know why he's taking all of y'all. Why he just won't go. If the funds is like that, she need them bills paid. The trip where the rent is due.
Yeah, word.
So now she pocket watching because he ain't been paying no bills. So
and she was maintaining perfectly fine. She wasn't worried about no bills or nothing like that prior. Why is the bills an issue now? Because your big fat ass in there, the electricity done went up $75, $80. You got to spend another $200, $300, $400 on food. Yeah, you
right. And then this is another reason why you don't move in with a woman, because now she talking about he rearranged us so he could set up his game.
See?
I bet that was not an issue when you was with him.
In the beginning.
Now it's an issue because he not paying no bills.
Absolutely. Another key thing she said, my family's involved. He done cussed out my father and all that because other people don't see these F-19s like y'all be seeing them. Like, ain't no reasoning with him. He seen the bum in him immediately, probably. Like, but this what you doing. I guess he tried to give him a talking to, and then he spazzed out on on her father and all that. Like, that's what these dudes do, man. Like if you know them, you've encountered them, you see the type of time they be on. It's insane. Like, but we gotta stop feeding them. Stop messing with these dudes like that. Like this was telegraphed. Like you should have seen this coming a mile away. Like, but
and then he's jealous of your daughter.
That's
like, what grown man is jealous of a 12-year-old?
That's what they do. I know you say it sounds preposterous, right? But that's how they operate. Yeah, they be jealous of the woman and what she's spending, and oh, you got these shoes, and your son got this. Like, do they think like that? I don't know why. I can't understand, but that's how they think. Like, I'm telling you, I've seen it in person. And I don't even know in real life, real time. People, these dudes, grown ass men, saying these things like this. They don't stop with the women. They do it with their people, their family, their mothers, all that. Like, it's crazy. It's insane. These are the real true bums out here. Like, seriously, like, it's a problem. It's disgusting at that. No respect.
This is who they really should be calling dusties. These are the guys that are dusties, not the average brother. And things like this, because they love to use that term for average brothers. Oh, he dusty because he asking you to contribute and things like that. No, this is the dusty bum right here that she's talking about. That light skinned brother with the fro. That's the dusty. Stay away from them dusties.
So when did y'all break? When did y'all break up?
This was like within this past week. I mean, I've been asking to leave March, and
hold on, Amber, hold on, just answer the questions. So he left this week.
Yeah.
This is why because you're definitely very emotional, and there's a lot you giving us right now. You giving us play by play. So he was with you for how long? A year?
Yeah.
So he moved out entirely.
Yeah, I'm picking up odds and ends of stuff he left behind, but yeah, he's been gone for a week.
So did he go back to Illinois, or is he staying in California?
I don't know where he is. My family said he's been calling them or whatever, and he says he's on his way to Texas. I guess he quit his job that he had here, or they fired him or whatever. I don't know. I don't know where he is.
Somebody else.
Here.
Hey, Lucky. So okay. Well, yes, you guys did call us with an update. So, well, listen, I will say this, honey. You knew who he was. He was in the basement when you met him.
I know people going to judge me. I know that. I just wanted to come give my side of the story. That was all. He's painting this narrative to people.
Oh, he's painting. He didn't call
me. He's been calling his family, all his family, talking about I'm this black gold digging chick. I'm this. He called me a nigga and a slave, and these people don't even know me. When I went to go meet his family,
I mean, but when you got this hair wrap on like Mammy, I mean, I'm not saying it's right for him to call you a slave, but you giving the aesthetic, man. Did you show up at them people's house? You showed up on a video call like this, looking like all my life I had to fight. I mean, it's giving the aesthetic. It looked like you just walked off a set. I'm sorry.
I think not.
For the 2 times I did meet them, I'm very reserved. I don't really talk to people unless I really know them. I went out to eat. They don't really talk to me, so I don't, talk to them. But,
real quick, Amber, how old are you?
38.
I'm 38.
How old was Lucky?
He's 30.
So you were 8 years older than him.
Yeah.
30.
Okay.
And I mentioned that to him in the beginning before he even came here. Like, you think our age gap is going to be an issue? And he was like, I don't think so. Why you say that? And I explained some things to him. And he was like, no. Now I will say he's not a mean person, but when he don't get his way, he's very, very, very nasty. I mean, if I turn his camera on, y'all be like, what the hell? He tore my house up. I've been in here for 3 days cleaning up.
Yeah,
we were gone for the whole week.
He tore your house up? Like physically tore it up?
Show us.
Yeah, he tore my house up, broke stuff that was important to me. But, it's whatever. It was just crazy. But only because I wouldn't answer him, respond to him. He's screaming, yelling. I just don't say anything. And that makes it matter. So, he called all his people. I did this, I did that. I've done nothing to this man but try to help him. I promise y'all. Like my family say, you so over accommodating, you so nice. You just gotta.
Ma'am, let's just hold on 1 second. Mind you, let's think back. She got 2 kids, y'all. One is 12. I don't know what the age is the other one. So you brought a man up into your house. He's tearing it up, yelling at you. I'm pretty sure y'all didn't have to deal with that before he came up in there. You brought him in and caused it to be unstable in the house. with your kids. Like, we just cannot let that go by. Like, you brought this man up into your house with your kids, and then now he yelling at you, tearing it up. You should have never let him move into your house.
It's true. That's very true.
Very true. He did all of this stuff, and he's an F-boy and all of this, but she got kids to think about. Like, he could have did anything.
This is what happens. Could have did worse.
He could have did worse.
He could have did worse. You know what I mean? So,
like, y'all have to stop being
worry about.
Y'all have to stop being thirsty. Y'all have to stop being desperate. And I remember when we watched that update when he came back, she leaning around his shoulder, looking like a mud demon. Because we were like, who is that?
Who's that? Word. Word.
And we knew from then that she was desperate.
And she said it here too. She said the years that she's single, that's desperation talk. When you counting the days and the minutes and the last time you had a man and all that, like sometimes it might be best.
Yeah, she should
or take your time.
This is one of those circumstances. They love to say this. I can do bad all by myself.
Factory.
She could have did bad all by herself.
That's a fact.
You could have had peace of mind. Yeah, you're doing 16, 18 hours, but you and your kids don't have to deal with a man in there having a temper tantrum.
Word.
And whatnot. You did not have to deal with this though.
Word. It's something that you open the door.
You chose this.
Yeah, you did.
you don't have no kid with him. Mind you, she hit him up.
Yup, because he was the guest.
He was the guest.
Yeah, yeah.
She did not have to be here.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that is clearly known. This lady did not have to be here.
She pursued this. You know, she opened the door. That thirst, man, don't move accordingly. If it's real, it'll be right. And ain't nothing wrong with having demands. Like, you know, you gotta be working, or if you coming out here, you gotta establish yourself first. Like, don't just move from where you at to my spot. Like, if you come out here to a certain extent, you know, on your own too, and then maybe we could collide like that. You know, we gotta think smart. And we got to stop being so hot or whatever it is, or horny or whatever it was. Like, you know what I mean? Lonely, thirsty, whatever. Like, her discernment was off. But it's not like she was bamboozled, because this brother, he was what you would expect, what I would expect him to be when you told me his situation. Like, what you think he looking for you for? Like, whatever, man. What do you think he looking for a woman for in the situation he's in? That's what I'm trying to say. Excuse me. Let me correct that. Let me say it one more time. What do you think why you think he's looking for a woman and he's in the situation that he's in? That's it. He wants another woman to take up for his grandmother. Yeah, it's a better move. You in granny or your mama's house, you getting a plate and you're not doing that. He want to do that at your house, get some pud, a plate, this and that. You know, like you get more when you take it to your ladies, to some chick house or whatever is the case. But if you pluck these dudes off the couch and out the basement and all that, I mean, what do you really expect, man? I'm serious. Like, I respect the sister and what she said, what she doing. I feel bad she got caught up with that. But what did you really expect from this dude?
What did you expect?
Come on now.
We're going to play to the end and we'll be back with our final thoughts.
Pick better. And at this point, I'm just done. Like, it's whatever. My cousin had called me. He was like, you getting on Kendra G to see what's out there? I'm like, no, I just want to tell my side of the story. And that's it. You know, when the God send the right person, then, you know, I'll be ready. But nah.
All right, Amber, I got to go now. I know you can talk. I got to host the show, Amber. Let me just jump in. I got to jump in. I'm sorry things ended not the way you desired them to. But just give it some time. He just left this week, so your emotions make sense to me now. But you'll be fine, honey. You'll be fine.
You'll be fine. It's just, I know. Go ahead, Kendra. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. So just, you know, take a musa. And if he was all those things, you're better off without him.
What the fuck is a musa?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm wishing you the best, honey. When you're ready to meet somebody else, you can call me back. We won't count this as your time on the show.
All right. Thanks. Bye, cousins.
Bye, baby girl.
Bye.
Year 5. This is what I like about year 5 Year 5, we got more like updates, right? Like more action, more.
This is what you like,
you know, because we're 5 years in. So there's
lady
people that
just
hook
went
up
through
and we get
a
in the
crazy
feedback and all that.
time. Oh
Train
my
wreck.
God. So this is what she likes about year 5. This lady just sat up here and emotional talking about this F boy that she just dealt with, and you're happy that you're getting updates and stuff. That was a train wreck, Kendra.
For
There's
real.
nothing to be happy about. How
For
many successful updates do you even have? Because every time I watch an update, it's a train wreck.
Pretty much.
Where is the success? Not them little 4 or 5 couples you showed that got together in last year. You sit up here and say that you have thousands, hundreds of people on your show. So 4 or 5 people getting together having success, it's small.
Very low, yeah. The percentage.
It's very low.
Very low.
So, but let me give you my final thoughts, because
Go ahead.
I don't have much.
Go ahead.
I know that the sister is looking for love and whatnot. You know, she's a hardworking sister, and she have to be. She got 2 kids. I believe by 2 baby daddies, and we don't know about the second kid, where that baby daddy's at. So she got to work hard and whatnot. So sometimes y'all put yourselves in these predicaments. You talking about you have to work 16 to 18 hours. You gonna have to. She talking about I don't live in a cheap neighborhood and things like that. I live in a good neighborhood. So what you gonna have to pay? You're gonna have to work them hours so that you can pay to live in whatever neighborhood you live in. You know, that's the life you want to live. You got to pay for it. So that's not no flex or anything or whatnot. So, but she's desperate. She's thirsty. She hadn't been in a relationship for 4.5 years before meeting this guy. The dude probably sent her, a print pic, D pic, got her the juices flowing for her. Something he said. Now, F-boys are real slick with the tongue. They'll tell you everything that you want to hear. He probably told her he liked the way that gap sit. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he told her something outrageous. Oh, I ain't never heard nobody tell me that. Now, mind you, for him getting this spot, him getting this place to live, it means everything. So he gonna lie. He gonna lie like his life depends on it. Did he really have any attraction to this woman? No, you could see them sitting up there. It was they look like 2 odd two separate ends of the spectrum. There was definitely mismatch. Was there any type of attraction? Probably not. The attraction for him is to get a place to stay, a warm bed, juicy coochie for him to lay up in, and a plate. That was the attraction for him. For her, get her some Hardy. I ain't had none in a while. You know, I'm working these long shifts. It feels good to come home to a man at the end of the night, and he's kind of bigger. So he's all snuggly and stuff. I like the way he put his arms around me. I ain't had a man to put his arms around me in years. If you think you're lonely now, just wait until tonight. That's how she was feeling. And so, sisters, we cannot let these F-boys get us caught up with that. That lady should have been thinking about her kids. No, she was thinking about whatever that brother claimed to have been bringing to the table, but we know he didn't bring nothing. He didn't bring nothing to the table. All he brought was some D, a beat up car,
and an Xbox.
An Xbox, and I don't know what type of musician he was, but we're gonna say I'm thinking guitarist. Yeah. So let's say he brought a busted up guitar.
Come on,
as
man.
Well. That's what he brought to the table, man. And now he eating pork chops, he eating fruit snacks, and all that.
See?
So
you're hard work.
And desperate. And that's how she got in that situation. Stop being thirsty and desperate. So then my recommendation, ma'am, take care of you and your kids.
Yeah.
Wait. Can you? He was out here vetting. Did you do any vetting? You never once say that you did any vetting.
He did the vetting. Wow.
He was vetting for his target.
Landing spot.
You
Word.
you
Cushy.
need to do some vetting. You need to stop thinking about the D. Stop thinking about, oh, I need somebody in my bed at night. And then just sit here, just take care of yourself, take care of your kids. And I can't guarantee no man is gonna come along. I don't know your situation like that and whatnot, but there's gotta be, you gotta have realistic standards and expectations, because this is what happens when you have too low of standards.
This is true.
Now we see a lot of times where they have too high of standards. Can we just be realistic?
True.
Can you ask the man to have a job? Do you have somewhere you live? Just a basic thing that a man would have. Just the basics. Not he got to have 100K, drive a Benz. He need to live in a condo. That's ridiculous. Do you have a place to stay? Do you have a car? Do you have a job? Things like that. Realistic. That's all.
Absolutely. Like, she's absolutely right. I'm going to say, again, sisters, I know, it sounds good. I don't know why. I don't understand. I'm not a woman. I'm not trying to understand, but it seems like women do this. They extract these dudes from these situations and try to put them in a position that they're not in that position already. Your brother's struggling. He might be at a low minimum wage job. He might have a roommate. He might even be at mama house at the time. I understand. It can happen to you. Things happen, right? But if you've come to a point where you've got things going on and you struggling and striving, you should have somebody that's going to match that energy. Not struggling, but striving at least. Don't mess with somebody who doesn't have anything on the line. That lady, this woman right here particularly, she should have rebuked homie from the jump, just because where she said she came from. If he's not at least doing that, then you shouldn't deal with him at all. That's what I feel. I'm a man. I'm telling you this. I know we give our sisters a lot of, slack, and we give it to them all the time, and a lot of it is warranted. I don't feel like it's unwarranted, but in this case, it's like these dudes that do this, like you got to cut them off. You got to cut them off. Don't deal with them. Don't give them a little bit. Nothing. Like, they want to be taken care of. They're spoiled brats. They're not even men. I'm gonna call them males. Because if you at a certain age in your life, in your development, in your mind, you got to be able to do for self. You can't. I don't even want people doing certain things for me. You know what I mean? This is just where I'm at with it. Like, it's that independence of wherever I'm trying to go and the things I'm trying to get, what I'm trying to achieve. It's not attached to somebody else. And if this brother, he's 30, he's at his grandmama house, not working, not doing anything. Like, come on, like, the writing is on the wall. You don't got to look too deep into it. Like, tell him to get a job first, or get yourself something. Then maybe we can continue. But to extract him from grandma's couch or from grandma's basement, as he said, then you knew you was basically adopting him. That was going to be your oldest son. You were going to feed him. And that's what he was looking for. He was on the show looking for somewhere to get out of grandma's basement. With a plus. He wanted the same benefits, but with the plus of getting some pud on the other side as well. And these dudes, their mentality, he's jealous and all that. This is true. Like, it may sound preposterous, but this is how these dudes operate. It's disgusting. These males, like, them dudes don't, no respect for no dude like that. I'm sorry. It just is what it is. But sisters, just use more discernment. There's nothing wrong with having standards. It's just having ridiculous, unrealistic standards is where we go wrong. You know what I mean? But this was a very entertaining video. We're going to leave it right there. We're going to turn it over to y'all. So you guys heard what we think. More importantly, we want to know what you guys think. So get down there in the comment section. Let us know if you agree, disagree. If we were on base, off base. We are 360-degree thinkers on this platform. Free thought, always promoted, celebrated, #1 here. Leave a like on your way out. Sub up if you so choose to. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be notified when we drop some more of these bangers. And we appreciate y'all. We thank y'all for coming out. Y'all be super safe out there. We catch y'all on the next one.